If we were in your physical shoes, all of you, we would be looking for touchstones of well-being everywhere we go, and we would stuff our pockets full of them. We would remember childhood blissful memories. We would remember things about our children. We would remember beautiful places. We would remember compliments that someone offered. We would remember heightened places of ecstasy. We would remember high points of our life experience. We would remember first kisses and first loves. We would remember, we would just fill our pockets full. We would start a box. We would call it my box of good things, my touchstones of the well-being of my life. We would get a great big box, and we would, anytime we thought of something, we would write it down, we'd throw it in the box, or we would put souvenirs in the box. In the same way that young girls have hope chests, we would have a chest, we would have a garage, we would have vaults full of touchstones of well-being, and we would get them out and look through them often. It's like if you ever go home and your daddy gets out the moving pictures. Reel after reel after reel, he wants you to all sit and watch them all again, of the well-being of the family when it was young, because it makes him feel good to remember those times of hope and anticipation, and before any of the daughters got divorced, and before any of them brought home those wretched husbands, and before mother fell down the stairs and broke her hip, and in other words, you're sort of wanting to go back to, you're wanting touchstones full of good feelings. And we would recall heightened times with that friend. Now, the rule of thumb is be as specific as you can be and still feel good. So if thinking about your friend makes you cry, gives you that knot and makes you feel uncomfortable, then thinking more about it is only going to make the resistance more. In other words, your work is to lower resistance. Your work is to feel better. Have we convinced you? We're working very hard to convince you that well-being should be yours. Well-being is yours. There's nothing that you could do, there's nothing that any of you could do that could make you more deserving of well-being. So stop trying. There is not anything that you could ever do that could make you more deserving of the well-being that you want. Because there's nothing that you've done wrong that is keeping you from the well-being. It isn't about that at all. So just relax and accept that well-being is making its way to you, and then say, I'm going to start catching myself in the act of resisting my well-being. When I'm ornery, caught you. When I'm angry, caught you. I'm going to start watching for evidence of my disallowing of well-being.